people. You're watching me on a live stream, dumbass. Oh, cool. Okay.
And A minor. You may be saying, Nate, that's a lot of chords. There's no way I can remember this in one lesson. Don't worry about that. Space these out over a few weeks or even a few months. Take them at your own pace. So let's get started with a G major chord. Bring your hand up to the guitar and pretend like you're holding an apple or something. That's a good posture to think about when you're making chords.
Apple.
Come put your thumb on the back of the neck
apple.
right there and just relax. Make sure to relax while you're doing all
I already
this.
know how to hold that part though.
Now, when you're making this G major chord, you can either use the first, second, and third fingers.
Yawn. This is so
Or
boring.
you can use the second, third, and fourth finger.
Learning how to play guitar is boring. Wow.
I would really, really encourage you to use the second, third, and fourth fingers. I'll show you later why, but for now, try it with the second, third, and fourth. If it's too hard for you for right now, you can use the first, second, and third.
Wow.
Okay, the third finger on the third fret of the low E string. And you want to notice a couple of things. I'm coming right down on the very tip of my finger. I'm not being lazy and letting my finger hang over like this. That's a really important part of making chords. You want to come right down on the very tip of your finger. You also want to notice that my finger is right behind the fret wire right here.
I don't give
So those two things, come down on the very tip of your finger and try to come right behind the frets too. So that's your first note. Second note, second finger on the second fret of the A string up there. Again, very tip of your finger. Now your pinky is going to come grab the third fret.
Oh, I see. This is annoying. Okay, so this one here. Wait. No, here. This one here. God. This one. Is it second? I don't understand how people do this. Okay. Okay, 6 and 2. Good. 6, 2, and
The high E string, right behind the fret, right on the tip of your finger. Strum all 6 strings. That's not right. Okay. Somebody please kill me now. Okay. And I can't do that. Okay. I'm kind of confused though, because it's like people say you can play guitar with small hands or big hands, and then my dad told me that it doesn't matter if your hands are flexible or not, but I can't even I can't even reach like certain strings that I need to reach, like within the different frets on the guitar neck, and it's like, How am I supposed to do this? Ugh. Yeah, wonderful, isn't it? Oh, fuck my life. Okay. Okay. Motherfucker. Over here. Second, first. I can't reach the motherfucking string. Oh. Oh god. It sounds terrible. Ugh. Becca! Okay.
And like I said, you can make this with your first, second, and third fingers if that's too hard for you. But I would really encourage you to use your second, third, and fourth finger.
Confused. Here. What? Here. Here. Ugh. Why? No. No. Oh, fuck.
All right, let's move on to the C major chord. And one tip I want to give you here is don't
C.
kink your wrist too far this way when you're making chords. That can hurt.
That's. Okay. Third and here and here. Oops. Sounds like there's a loose string, but I don't. Not string, motherfucker. Loose chord, but I don't know like which one it is. That one. Okay. Okay. Wait, did you just say it's better than music class? Fuck. Yeah, music class is bullshit. Ugh. Holy fuck.
Hurt after a while. So, I mean, my wrist isn't going to be perfectly straight. It's going to be a little bit bent, but don't kink it too far. Otherwise, it might start hurting you. So let's learn the C major chord. This is a great chord to let you know if you're coming down on the very tips of your fingers, and I'll show you why. Put your third finger on the third fret.
Third fret. Here. 2, 3. Wait, third. Mm. please kill me now. Third finger. And
The fifth string, right behind the fret. Second finger, second fret of the
wait. Okay. So 3, 5, and 4. Oh wait. 3. Okay. That looks right. Oh wait. Nope.
the D string, and your first finger on the first fret of the B string. And I'll leave the low E string out and just strum the top 5 strings.
God! I don't know what that's supposed to sound like. That was awful. Gatter? Well, what's what's gatter? Holy shit. How? I don't understand how. Ugh. Back up.
Now, that sounded good, right? There were clear notes.
Yeah, that sounded good. Why didn't it sound good on mine?
There's no buzzing. Now, watch as I just barely adjust my posture on my fingers.
Ow.
And don't come down right on the very tips of them. Listen to
This
this
is
now.
so stupid.
Almost all the notes in the chord disappeared. So that is a great chord for telling you if you're working on coming down the tips of your fingers really good or not. The reason I wanted you to make your G chord with your second, third, and fourth fingers is this right here. You're going to be switching between a G and a C chord a lot when you play guitar. And watch this change right here. Here's your C. I'm going to go right to a G. Not that big of a change. If I use
See. Okay. So, no. This one goes here. Canner. Canner? Maybe you have the spitty hands. Maybe that's what this is. Okay. Go here. Then this one goes the string. To 6. Second. Six. What is that supposed to sound like? I know how you can make it stop by leaving the stream. Dumb shit.
my second, third, and fourth fingers. If I use my first, second, and third fingers, I have a big change that has to take place.
What the
It's a lot
fuck?
harder to make that switch. All right, the next chord on the list is a D major chord, and I have a couple of tips
Yeah, I
for you on
know,
this one too
right?
for making your chord sound good. First of all, cut your fingernails. If you have your keep your fingernails,
Cut my fingernails. What? What do fingernails have to do with this bullshit?
short, it's a lot easier to come down directly on your fingertips. Now, a lot of people have trouble memorizing chords too, so let's learn this D chord, and then I'll teach you.
Why? Okay. No. With a nail clipper,
A couple
obviously.
of tips for memorizing chords. Put your first finger on the second fret of the G string.
Whenever he says G string, it makes me think of thongs, and it's like, the fuck is he talking about? Then I realize, oh, he's talking about the guitar. Fuck my life. Okay. Gay string. Yeah. Sure. Uh, okay. So, third. Um, the G string, that's the big one. So here. Here.
Third finger on the third fret of the B string.
B is here.
And your second finger on the second fret.
What?
Of the high E string. Leave the E and the A strings, the lowest two strings, out, and just strum the top four strings.
Top four? Ugh. Okay, bye. Ugh.
And you'll notice
I'm
my
mad.
fingers aren't coming
This is
directly
bullshit.
perpendicular to the strings. They're kind of off at an angle here. That's one thing that kind of helps get your fingers in that kind of tight little space that you have to make for this D chord. All right, let's talk about memorizing guitar chord shapes. Two things that you can do to help you memorize stuff faster, shapes faster, is to actually look at the chord and memorize what that chord looks like. A lot of you are probably going to be looking at chord diagrams on paper or on a computer screen, right? And you can visualize it like that, but looking at the chord, actually looking at it, memorizing what it looks like, is a great way to help you remember that chord. Also,
I hate this
you know what?
so much.
Put that chord on and don't look at it at all. Just think about the way it feels and try to memorize the way it feels. The more ways you can attack memorizing something, the better chance you're going to have at remembering it. The next chord we're going to learn is an F major chord, and people get kind of scared when they hear F major chord because most beginners usually learn an F as a bar chord, but this F I'm going to teach you is a lot easier. It's only a 3-note chord, so you shouldn't have too hard of a time with it. Put your third finger on
D string, third fret, third finger. That's my third. There. Here. And then
second finger on the second fret of the G string.
Okay, second fret, G string. God. Okay. And then what?
And your first finger is going to go on the first fret of the
First finger. Oh wait. It's here.
B string. And those are the only.
There we go. Oh.
Three notes that you're going to play: the D, G, and the B strings.
That's not. I don't even know anymore. Ugh.
The next chord we're going to learn is an E major chord, and I'm going to go through some tips with you on this chord about making your chord transitions smooth. I get a lot of people emailing me, Nate, my chord transitions are just terrible. What's the problem here? Well, a lot of times people will try to start transitioning between chords before they actually have the chord that they're working on learned properly. So let's learn this E major chord, and I'm going to give you some tips for really solidifying chord shapes in your head. So put your second finger on the second fret of the A string.
Finger.
Third finger on the second fret of the D string.
Third finger, second fret, D string. Okay, third finger, second fret, D string. Fifth one.
And your first finger is going to come grab the first fret of the G string. Make sure you're coming right down on your fingertips, and make sure you're getting as close to the fret as you can there. Strum all.
Okay, not this one. Here.
All six strings.
That didn't sound as bad as the other ones. Okay. Oh crap. Trying not to move my fingers out of position. Okay. Seven finger on.
it's about?
Right.
Oh, guitar now. Oh, you're studying. Look at you. Quite a little champion, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I believe in Ava. Yay. Ava's number one. Are you still live streaming?
It's okay. One of my friends joined my live streams.
Is
So,
what's that? Is that 220?
yeah, it is.
Okay. How's your lessons coming?
Very boring, and my hands hurt.
Yeah, it's boring at first, and then you'll start to learn songs. Like once you get over that hump, then you start to learn songs. It'll be really awesome.
I know. That's kind of why I wanted to learn guitar, so I can like play guitar and sing to different songs.
Yeah, the boring part is probably like a month. But
A month.
well, you invest a month, and then you'll be able to play for the rest of your life.
True.
Yeah, and like mom's relatives play and stuff too, and they'll jam, so like you can play with them if you want.
Oh hell no.
Why not?
'Cause
Uncle Carl plays. He could probably show you a bit.
no.
No.
I'll stick to the online stuff.
Sure.
Although I could try to like play guitar with Nick.
Yeah, he could show you some stuff for sure.
Mhm. Sometimes I hear him playing guitar and singing really loudly. Bothers me.
What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor? Sing along maybe.
No.
No? You only play guitar, you don't sing?
I sing, just not retarded
Yeah,
songs.
but I sing. What song? Yeah. Sing me a song.
No, I'm in a live stream right now. I'm not gonna sing.
I'll sing with you. What song are we gonna sing?
Nope. No, we're not singing.
What would you do with a drunken sailor? What
No
would you
way.
do with a drunken sailor?
Go away.
Not that one?
I'm supposed to be trying to figure out guitar stuff.
What about... Three little toolmates are we, filled to the drum with girlish glee. Three little schoolmates are we. Not that one either? Ava wears no pants. That's why she's sitting down. No pants. Ava's not wearing pants.
Sam.
Ew, dude, don't show your butt to everyone. Oh, oh, nasty. Why does it smell like leftover cabbage?
What?
What?
I'm wearing pants. It is very clear I'm wearing pants.
Okay, pants.
Go away. I feel like I'm gonna fall. Yeah. Okay, that was very interesting. Ugh. Okay. I wonder if I could like try to find a song I know and like do guitar, but like kind of with the bass of that song. That'd be interesting. My battery's low. How lovely. Oh shit. It's at 2%. Yay! I've literally been live streaming the whole day.
going to go now. I'm gonna end the live stream. And yeah. Cool, bro. Oof. Okay.